So what do students do when they watch the video? They don't just sit there and be the passive listener, and we don't know how if they're listening, and we don't know how much they understand, and we don't know, what words they heard, what words they don't heard. Like, how do we check for their understanding, and how do we make this watching video process a learning process for them to pay attention to each pronunciation and to think about what does each word mean? So how do we make this seemingly passive learning process into a proactive learning process? So something we certainly can do is give students the matching work task. But what kind of matching work task? I'm going to give you some example here. Okay, so the first page you see is the very common working task example, simple fill in blanks. Okay, it looks simple, but it may not for beginning level kids, because they're not familiar with all the foreign language sound systems yet. So you don't want to overwhelm them by just digging a lot of blanks. You want to give them one at a time, and and you purposefully give them some clue. So when they don't know how to spell the word, they look at the second question and they find the clue. Make them feel like it's something doable, and which is like the affective filter. Don't build your affective filter too high for them. Make it achievable for them. Make it I+1. So for instance, this one, 你的生日是几月几号？几月几号？ They just need to hear the last word how, and they should know HAO. 我的生日是1月6号。1月6号。So switch to the second picture. 你的生日是几月几号？ It's a different location of the sentence pattern. So you try to do something that assess their listening, but assess different part of the sentence. So like your question not repetitive, and they know, oh, I'm going to pay attention. If I don't pay attention, I may not hear the second one. And those links are all clickable. So it shows you like the full worksheet of that day, including the learning objective and the do now before this this activity. So you can take your time and explore them. The second example is multiple choice. And multiple choice is the kind of a task that you make sure the kids understand the content of your video, okay? So I'm not going to talk more about it. And again, fill in blanks. And make sure your pictures from the video clearly matches the part you want them to fill out. Otherwise, the kids will be confused. Which picture is this part? Am I on the right part? So that's why I put the picture there to clear match the part of the video. And the next example, it can be a match. You watch the video and find out the Chinese name for those English nationality words, and fill in blanks again, which as you can see is very common. So this is a completed work, so you don't see the place where I dug the blanks. And the next part is write down the English meaning. It's similar with multiple choice, but you give them students the chance to give them open-ended question. What do you think this whole sentence mean? And sometimes in the same video, there are some other words that you didn't teach kids before, but you don't have to teach them, because the kids, if you give them a clue dictionary, they can figure it out. So that's where we use word bank. So for this one, I taught the kids how to ask, where do your family go shopping at? And they had to use the right frequency words and with the right store names.